Hey everybody, Dave Shinsky at Baseball Rebellion. This week I'm going to break down one of the top prospects in the MLB draft this year, ACC pitcher JB Bukauskas of UNC. He's having a really awesome year, 5-0. He has a 1.41 ERA with 51 innings. I think his top is 72 innings in the last 3 years. So he's on his way to having a really good year. He only has given up 28 hits, which is crazy, and also his strikeout to walk ratio is pretty good with 75 strikeouts and just 13 walks. He's 20 years old, and he was 4 years ago was drafted in the 20th round out of high school, but it looks like he made a great decision in going to college because he is going to get a lot of money this year coming up. Looks like he's going to be one of the top prospects, again, maybe one of the first pitchers drafted. I'm going to break him down real quick because I don't necessarily want to say don't like his mechanics, but I would say that he needs a little work on some things. And he's a guy that, again, when he's drafted, they're not going to mess with him much because he does throw 95 plus. He's a big, strong kid, and that's just the culture of baseball these days. Okay, so when I was looking at video analysis when I was playing, I didn't have really anything to really say about what I was doing or what my body was doing. I kind of just would look at my finish and say, wow, I'm doing a pretty good job at driving down the hill. I wasn't paying attention to all the other stuff kind of in between, and that's what we're going to look at. So again, let's look at the side view of JB really quick. And I really like the way that he starts his motion. He actually does a really good job with his back knee and ankle, driving his hips, his big muscles forward. He gets to this position really well where he has his head, back foot, and hip in that V position, getting that front foot out in front, and also into a really good position in his arm positioning where he's using his arms together. Now from this position is where he gets a little in trouble. What I would say is he hikes his elbow above his shoulder. So again, when people talk about like that inverted W or the M position, right? This is where you can just see how he's in that M positioning with his upper body. So from the bottom of his chest to his elbows, he looks like an inverted W. Now, again, why is this bad? Is because I want you to watch how much movement is going on in his arm path. So we want a particularly nice arm path when we're talking about being the healthiest. So here we talk about the wave drill. So we have a drill where we want our arm path to look just like a wave. So when I slow my guys down on Power Chalk here, we can see that motion. And I'm just going to kind of take you step by step through JB's arm swing, and you'll see here as it takes a really sharp turn into a straight line up to his ear. So again, it's a really short straight line, and it's not that natural long kind of wavy motion. So again, I want you to watch his elbow all the way as he hikes his elbow. Now where his elbow's got to go is back down. So again, there's a lot of movement in that elbow, and it's just going to lead him into bad positions later on. So again, into foot strike, arm isn't cocked up. So we'll go into his front side here, and as he gets into foot strike, you can see that his posture change is not there. So what I mean by that, again, is using his chest and torso to get up to the sky, and you'll see his head just really far over his belt, and that's not what we want, because he can't necessarily move properly from this position. Now, I don't mind a 3/4 arm angle or kind of a slide arm angle, but if you're not able to, I would say, get out of this posture change correctly, you just don't have a choice whether to throw sidearm or have a low 3/4 arm angle, just because of your posture change and where your arm is located at foot strike. Now, I want you to watch his glove for a second here, and watch how there's minimal movement. So I'm going to put a circle around that, and watch how there's just little movement in his glove. And this reminds me of a guy named Mark Pryor, that when he was coming through, it was a big thing, and like how you should finish with that glove pulling to your chest. Again, I see this in still, today's generation, is just that glove to the chest, and that takes away a lot of your momentum and natural movement of your upper body. So again, this guy's a big, strong kid. He throws upper 90s, but I see him using a lot of arm here. If you could just tell that his left side of his body, which is his glove side, stops. It's almost like stops, and his arm has to whip through, and then that finish just kind of just stops, and he stands up. So again, really big, strong guy, throws upper 90s, but that puts up a red flag for me when we're talking about how he's decelerating through his finish. Let's take a look at it here. Again, into foot strike, arm isn't up, glove really kind of stops, and then actually goes forward towards his chest. All right, and then he kind of stands up out of it. So again, some red flags there, just into foot strike and through his finish, and that's basically just throwing the ball. This is like, he does a really good job, translating his weight down the hill and using his momentum. So again, going to be a really high draft pick, going to make a lot of money, but hopefully, he's strong enough to work some of this stuff out and look at video analysis and take what his pitching instructors and coaches are telling him, and move forward through his finish. So again, this is JB Bukauskas, and hope him well in the future, and talk to you soon.